We want to take a live look at DIA, where we are dealing with some backups there. According to FlightAware right now, 45 United flights are canceled this morning. 20 are delayed. We're working to find out exactly why. CNN is reporting it might be tied to severe weather and air traffic control staffing issues. No other airlines are dealing with cancellations at this hour. We have heard from viewers of some people who have been stranded at the airport. If that's you or someone you know, you can text us, send us pictures, or let us know about your experience. Send us a text 303-871-1491.
Right now, more crews are heading to Garfield County to fight the Spring Creek fire burning near Parachute. Take a look at this growth. This is a time-lapse video. That smoke, by the way, traveled so far people on the Front Range and beyond could see it. Now, when we first started talking about this fire over the weekend, it was barely 200 acres, but it has grown exponentially just in the last 24 hours. This morning, 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon is keeping an eye on some of the efforts to fight this fire for us this morning. Courtney, it has grown 15 times the size in just the last 24 hours.
Yeah, Corey, a huge amount of fire growth in the last 24 hours. It started at about 200 and now it's at about 3,000 acres. There are no evacuations right now. Currently, no homes are threatened. But with this extreme fire behavior, firefighters are urging people in Garfield County to sign up for their emergency notification system. The Upper Colorado River Interagency Fire Management Unit says the fire grew significantly yesterday. Hot and dry conditions, as well as increased winds, created a big smoke column. And that smoke has traveled across the state. It's visible across Colorado, including here in the Denver area. The heaviest smoke impacts today will most likely be along the I-70 corridor between Parachute and DeBeck. Today, first responders are expecting additional air support, crews, engines, and overhead. A complex incident management team has been ordered and is expected to begin arriving today. Again, there are no evacuation orders right now, but firefighters are urging anyone in the area of the Spring Creek fire to sign up for their emergency notification system. You can do that at garco911.com, and definitely stay weather aware today and alert just as those hot and dry conditions can persist. Back to you.
Courtney, thank you. Now, the name Spring Creek fire probably brings back bad memories for people in Castilla and Huerfano counties. They had their own Spring Creek fire that began 5 years ago today. That fire destroyed more than 140 homes back then. It was the third largest on record, burning 108,000 acres, an area larger than the city of Denver. Investigators say it started because of an illegal campfire set by Jasper Jorgensen. He was arrested and charged but never went to trial. He was eventually found incompetent to stand trial, and last year the Castillo County DA dropped the charges, saying they didn't think his mental illness would ever let him go to trial.
Today, Denver Public Schools returns to court in its fight to keep its school board meeting on armed officers a secret. A judge said the video of the executive session the day after the shooting at East High should have been released on Monday, but the district appealed. The school board met behind closed doors that day in March. 5 hours later, without discussion, the board voted to bring Denver police officers back for the rest of the school year. DPS refused to share a recording or transcript of the executive session. A judge ruled the meeting violated Colorado's public meetings law. In court documents, DPS argued releasing the details of the executive session could cause harm. Board Vice President Aonte Anderson told 9 News the district decided to appeal the judge's ruling without consulting the board. The district told us it left the decision to its lawyers because they didn't have much time to file an appeal.
5 lives were lost on November 20th to an act of hate in Colorado Springs. Daniel Aston, Kelly Loving, Derek Rump, Ashley Paw, and Raymond Green Vance Green. 17 others were left with lasting injuries. This morning, the shooter in that case truly begins serving their life sentence. 5 life terms for 5 murders plus more than 2,000 years for the 46 attempted murder charges.
It is the maximum sentence allowed under state law. The shooter pleaded guilty to those charges yesterday in an El Paso County courtroom. The shooter also got another 3 years for hate crime charges. Their guilty plea ends the possibility of a long trial. But while this case is done on a state level, the criminal case against them continues on the federal level. The FBI has opened a hate crime investigation, and that could mean the death penalty for the shooter. Many survivors and victims' families spoke in court on Monday.
They also shared their thoughts on the plea deal with 9 News reporter Kelly Rinke.
Seeing him go away for life is all we can expect. My name's Ed Sanders, and I was injured at the Club Q shooting. Shot in the back first. They did a skin graft on my leg, which hurt a lot. I came mainly today for closure. to say that I experienced the sentencing and that I said my part.
I wanted to still say my piece. Yes, my name is Joshua Thurman. I was in court today because I'm a survivor of the Club Q shooting. I'm still suffering from the traumatic event from it, and so, yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was heard. In my statement, I mentioned that, it's been hard. I've started to drink more. It's kind of hard for me, it's been kind of hard to say no, to start drinking like 8, 9 in the morning. And so I just have to discipline myself. I'm in therapy, but it felt good.
I'm glad that this will be over now and we can move on. I wasn't looking for remorse from him, but I was looking for some humanity, I think.
I hope you live with that forever, that sadness, that pain, that destruction that you caused us.
He didn't win. He's not going to win. He's lost. He's a loser.
We're going to come back 10 times stronger. I want us to reopen to give our future queer kids and anybody in the LGBTQIA+ to be able to find themselves like I was able to.
It's important to show that he didn't win, that he didn't shut us down.
A memorial for the victims has been planned, but it is still waiting for the city's approval. The owner of the club says there will be 5 pillars with the names of the people who were killed, along with a pride flag, lights, and a rock garden. The owner says they are already fundraising for the anticipated $250,000 cost.
We know talking about the Club Q shooting can bring up some difficult memories, so if you need help, you can contact the Colorado Crisis Services at the number on your screen 24/7. You can also dial 988 to be connected to the National Suicide Lifeline.
Denver and the police department want to make sure that the LGBTQ+ community is safe, so they are expanding a program with a new initiative. Any business in the city and county can now designate itself as a safe space for those in the LGBTQ+ community. For instance, if someone is harassing or committing a crime against you as you walk down a street, look for a business with a special sticker in the window. That business will help you call police or get somewhere safe. You can find these safe spaces right on your cell phone. The list is on DPD's Safe Space website.
And one thing you want to know about the weather today, our temperatures are going to be warming up. Look at the 90s along the Front Range to the mid-90s, and lots of sunshine to go along with it. And then tomorrow, just slightly cooler, back into the 80s to near 90 degrees, but we keep the sunshine around.
Ed, thank you. Right now we want to check in and talk about your commute at this hour. Slow going through Commerce City, 16-minute ride on that westbound side of 270. So about a 10-minute backup between I-70 and I-25. And check it out, just crawling, about a 20-minute delay on westbound 76 right now, heading into Commerce City from E470. So make sure to plan ahead. We are just days away from the start of the long 4th of July holiday weekend. And for those of you heading to the water, CPW says it's keeping an eye out for drunk boaters. It's putting more of its officers on the water to enforce boating under the influence laws as part of a national campaign called Operation Dry Water. It's an operation that starts around this time every year. Those caught boating under the influence face penalties like fines or having your boat impounded. Boaters with a blood alcohol level above the state limit of 0.08 should expect to be arrested. The days of skating by on expired license plates are over here in Colorado. This week you will get a ticket plus late fees if your vehicle is not registered or your plates are more than 3 months expired. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez joins us live in Arapahoe County. Brianna, agencies are teaming up to catch these drivers.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Erica. 4 agencies. So we know this all started with the Aurora Police Department, and they said, you know what, let's bring in other agencies. So they brought on the Adams, the Aurora, Arapahoe, as well as the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. So I do want to show you some video that was taken yesterday by the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office while they were doing this this traffic stop. It's an issue that we see across the metro area. So Colorado state law gives drivers a 30-day grace period, though officers say those folks aren't the main problem. What they're seeing right now is that they've stopped dozens of cars for plates that have been expired from early this year or late last year, and one car that they stopped yesterday has been expired for 2 years now. And if you're one of those drivers, it could cost you a pretty penny, so just a heads up. According to state law, tags expired by 60 days or more mean paying a fine of $93. And all of these registration fees, goes to road improvement projects in our area. So that's why it's so important that you update your registration to make sure it's not expired. Of course, coming up at 8, you're going to hear from the traffic unit right here at the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office and just give you some warnings of what you can expect this week if you're driving through this area with expired tags. Back to you guys.
All right, everybody, you've been warned. Brianna, thank you.